By the way, where the fuck are we? That's not to offend you guys. Like, that's my own ignorance. Like, we get in a plane, we flew for an hour.
We're in Mountain View, California.
What is that? Where did we go?
It's where the white people live.
Hawaiian people?
The white people.
Oh.
Yeah.
We went to a restaurant. There's a weird contradiction here. I think because it's a college town, but it's also like a place where white people go to die, and they invent things that make everyone else live, which kills them.
I'll tell you what they invented. They invented the iPhone 7, which I can't plug into the goddamn jack here.
Well, there's a weird. There's a strip mall near our hotel that's the size of fucking like Babylon, which was famous for its size. I'm just saying, like, it's just endless, and every single store is like some place where you can buy $1,000 pants or a plate you can't eat off of, and but then in between every third one is a restaurant, but it's like corn dogs. That's it. Like, it's like shitty restaurants where you order at the counter and there's like shit on the table and there's just like a 16-year-old going, I don't know how to make you food. Like, what's with you people? Pick a lane.
It sounds like
are you rich or are you going to kill yourselves?
Dan, it sounds like you're describing a mall. You went into a mall.
I guess I haven't been in a mall in a long time. Yeah, that's what it is. Okay, that's not your fault. I'm not. Yeah, there's a mall in your town, and I blame you for it. I guess. We went into a place, and the young lady that was at the hostess counter. When we went in, she said, "Now I don't if
Roger Waters."
The weird thing is, if she in any way has a disability, then this is a terrible thing to do, is to imitate her voice. But
I say you roll those dice, Dan.
It would be in her head. So I guess the idea is you're never supposed to make fun of anybody or imitate them because you might. But then what? Then what do we do? Like, what if you found out Trump was disabled? Like, he is. He's a terrible president.
Did you hear the news?
And then, what if they diagnosed that? And then you're like, every time you went, Comey's a leaker. And then you're like, that's the equivalent of going, Like, what are we supposed to do? The answer is just be bad people. This is our invitation. There's a horrible man in the White House. You just be a troll now. You could just. So, anyways, this bitch at this restaurant, fuck her. Here's how she talked. But I'm just saying, like, she was like, she did this thing. It was like a Seinfeld low talker thing. We couldn't understand her. There's like this weird loud music playing, and she kept going like, and then we just leaned in and like until that one syllable became stuff. And like when you leaned in enough, you zoomed in on the wavelengths, and so you could hear and enhance like. We're kind of crowded, so you can sit, you can order right away, but the kitchen's backed up, so the food might take long. That's every what? You can't just say that. That's every restaurant's disclaimer. You can't. That doesn't make any sense. We can't compare that to anything. I don't know how fast. By the way, we ordered the food and it came out right away. So they're like the fastest restaurant in the world, but hey, listen, you should know there's something. And there was a picture on the wall of Steve Jobs. It was like a portrait, the famous portrait of Steve Jobs stroking his chin hairs, but he was flipping a middle finger. And I was like, to me? To society? What? Do you hate? The waiter swiped my credit card on an iPhone, but the thing was Steve Jobs flipping me the finger.
Was that him trying to like outdo Einstein's picture of him sticking his tongue out? He's like,
what does that even mean?
I don't update this shit, motherfuckers.
Yeah, I don't know. I know. And I'm not going to say, do you love him or hate him? I'll get some weird biased opinion from 500 people in a tent. I don't know. Maybe you all hate Steve Jobs because he didn't give you a kidney. I don't know. I'll never get the truth. Who made that art? Some guy that wanted clicks. And then some restaurant person hung it on a wall who has no sense of time, doesn't know when their restaurant's fast, put their niece in charge. We're slow today. Fuck your city. I've seen all I can see. I know everything about your people. I pronounce you terrible.
I've had a very... Wow.
Well, now you seem interesting.
The only negative experience I've had since I was here, I was walking down University Street, Avenue, whatever that is, where all the kind of bougie restaurants are. And I was walking down the road, like looking for a bar to have a drinking on a Sunday morning. And, but it was all people having brunch and there were screaming kids, so I couldn't hang with that. And then there was one bar that was too like broy and it kind of smelled like last night's body odor and I couldn't dig that. And I'm walking down the road and there's this really good looking young gal in tight jeans. And I like, okay, what's she gonna stop me for? Like she's standing outside of a shop. And has anybody ever experienced the makeup people that stand out there and fucking stop you? Anybody? Because I met some of the people they crossed the street around that place. And this really good-looking gal, she goes, oh, you want a sample? You shave? You want some aftershave lotion? It's really good. Just take that. I go, okay, cool, thank you. Hey, wait, come here. I have something else that's really, really good. I'm like, okay. And she goes, wait, hey, come inside. Like, stuff like, what do you use for your skin? I'm like, I gotta go. I'm late. And she's like, no, come in. And she sits me down and she puts some shit, like some collagen stuff. It cleans off my eye, like some foamy, like cleanser, I presume. And she cleans my eye off and she puts some shit on my face and then takes like a folder and starts fanning it. And it feels like there's cement on my eyeball. And then she only puts it on one eye and then she goes, okay, now put your hand over your eye. And she holds a mirror up to me to show me how, it's like, look at the bags under your other eye. Look how shitty this eye looks over here. Like, what, do you feel this one tightening up? Well, keep your hand there. Keep your hand on the one that's tightening up and being good. You feel how, like, look at how shit you look over here. You 43-year-old alcoholic. You look like shit over here. And then he goes, now take your hand off. You see, there was no fucking difference. Except this side of my face felt like there was plaster on it.
Right.
And this side felt fine.
Yeah.
And I still looked like I stayed up too late last night and had a million beers.
Yeah, well, some people have had their health care taken away. Anyways. This fucking guy.
Oh, hell no!
High road. High road. Do not take the low road. Low road is off limits. High road. Dance limits. That's what's going to be in this tent an hour from now. They have the lights, they have the equipment, they are ready to go. We are in the way of a fucking EDM revolution. These chairs are obstructionists. You are going to be happy when I'm gone. That's my 44-year-old impression of whatever EDM is. Like, what? That's your prom night, you fucking old piece of shit.